Welcome to See You on the Internet, a podcast exploring life, love, and the pursuit of happiness in the age of the internet. We're your hosts.
I'm Kate.
And I'm Nicole.
Let's get into it.
All right. Back in session.
Court is back in session.
The court is back in session.
How are you, Nicole?
I'm feeling refreshed after our long weekend. Did you have a long weekend?
Okay, good. That's not what I was expecting you to say. Deep sigh. I was really not expecting that to be like a good answer.
I mean, sure. The state of the world.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on. I mean, like, you got to have a deep sigh. You gotta have a deep sigh about it all. But I think, honestly, the long weekend has me feeling refreshed today
100%.
and feeling good to go. And I don't know if you saw in the story yesterday, there's a crisp breeze out.
Yeah.
And I feel like reinventing myself.
No, it's been crispy. It's been crispy here too.
You know, I'm not sure what it is. I think that I'm not so much a summer person.
No, I'm fall 100%.
In the sense that summer kind of makes me feel depressed. I feel like there's this sense that you have to cram so much into the short summer months. And if you don't accomplish all of those things, then you get like stressed out that time's flying by. And fall hits and I'm like, oh, I can breathe again. I do have time. Like, I don't know what it is.
I also feel like it's like the whole vibe of like
oh, where's she going?
Like, okay, it's like kind of the vibes of like death and decay that make me feel more alive. Like, I'm like, things are dying, but I also am like, because they've had such a good life and like they're dying and making room for new things. And like, I feel very much like that is like the spirit of fall for me, because I agree, like summer I always feel guilty. I feel like I haven't done enough. I need to be outside, but guess what? I actually don't want to be outside because it's so
miserable.
fucking hot. And like, you want to know what I don't like to do? Sweat.
Yeah.
And you want to know what the only thing you can do when you're sweating is like take off your clothes and like wear less clothes. Whereas in fall, it's a little chilly. Pop a sweater on, like get cozy. Like I can't be freaking cozy in the summer. So fall is just so much nicer. And similarly to what you were saying, I do always feel like a nice reinvention. Like it's always a nice, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm like, there's 3 months left in the year. Like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do for the rest of the year? You have the holidays coming up. Like you are just in the mindset of like rest and relaxation.
100%. You're absolutely right. And just like one of the first episodes of the rebrand of See You on the Internet podcast, we talked about entering spring and coming into a new season and feeling things coming alive again. And it really is important to live your life in accordance to the seasons, because it's just like, okay, things are slowing down. Things are kind of coming to a pause. And I feel like I don't have to push as hard.
Yeah.
Which allows me more room for thinking about other things other than just like completing my laundry list of to-dos.
100%. Like I just feel like I go through life a little slower.
Yeah.
Like I feel more intentionally slow.
My weekends,
maybe I'm picking up a new hobby, a new craft or something. Like I do have a lot of plans in the fall, but they're all just like, it's not, I don't know. I feel like it's more just like chill. It just feels more chill than when you have plans all summer.
Yeah, no, I feel that. It's reminding me of during the pandemic when you and I like literally bought all new wardrobes. Like I'm thinking about like all of the trendy pieces. I like have this big pink teddy bear coat.
Oh my God.
Like, you remember that?
Yes.
We were on Pinterest heavy.
Yeah, we were
on Pinterest heavy, picking out our new fits, our new fall fits, our new fall reinvention. And
I got bangs for the first time.
Yep. And the worst part is we didn't have anywhere to wear those outfits.
No, we didn't.
Because it was the pandemic.
No, you know what we had to do? We had to drive ourselves to Chicago.
You and I both got bangs. Nick said, just because Nicole gets bangs doesn't mean you have to get bangs too. But you know what, Nick? Yes, it does. And I'm seeing you here today and I'm like, shit, do I have to go back to Zorka? Do I need to go back to my hairstylist and say, give me the bangs.
The air gets a little crispy, and I say, give me some bangs.
Yeah, it's because they're not cemented
plastered
to
to
your
my
forehead.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spring, summer is for growing the bangs out.
Mm-hmm.
Fall, winter is for having bangs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if this is the new, like, white after Labor Day. Like, you don't wear white after Labor Day. Like, you only have bangs after Labor Day.
Yeah, exactly.
No bangs after Memorial Day. That's actually it. It's no white after Labor Day, but no bangs after Memorial Day.
Yes, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Co-signed TM.
Put that on in the etiquette books. Put that in the fashion books.
Okay, speaking of fall, there is a topic that I would love to speak on.
Speak on it.
And if you follow us on Instagram, you'll know this, but I am rereading Twilight.
Love.
I'm rereading Twilight, and I'm tandem reading Midnight Sun.
Obsessed.
And you know what? It's hitting different now that my frontal lobe has developed. It is a very different reading experience from 2008 when I was in middle school or a freshman in high school to now being 32 years old.
Yeah.
And I am reading it, and I'm like, it is a little creepy how attentive Edward is to Bella. I'm like, it's actually like, and don't get me wrong, I love a man who's obsessed with his woman. Crawl through broken glass to do what you need to do to see me. I love it. But I am kind of like, hey, do you have any single moment of privacy in your life? Like, he's always there. Like, that's actually like kind of scary. I was like, hey, she's always like, hey, can I have a human moment? What if he hears you blowing up the toilet? Like, what if he hears you having a bowel movement? Like, you need some privacy.
He can, those ears.
Yeah. And like, there's no equivalent for him.
No.
There's like nothing for him that she could overhear or see him doing that
I guess maybe like sucking the blood out of like a full-blown animal.
I guess, but she's probably
kind of like into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like her.
That's like kind of the whole shtick, you know? So
and it's also like you think, like I read it back then, and this is my thing about a lot of like the fantasy books that we've read. You read it back then and you're like, no, this is so romantic. I can't believe her dad wants her to have other friends and like hang out with her friends. And then now I like think about it and I'm like, this girl is 17 years old.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about 17-year-olds I know now. And I'm like, to see a man, because actually he's a man.
That's a man.
He's 100 years old.
Well, like, you know what? I will tell you what. I was having this conversation recently, and I was like, it's much easier to picture him as a 17-year-old in the book.
Yes.
Versus Robert Pattinson, who was clearly like 25 years old filming this movie.
It's just like, that's a child who perhaps deserves to have some privacy. And like, I am fully on board with Charlie and Renee being like, hey, are you safe? Like, blink twice if you need help. Like, is he controlling your entire life? Like, when they're in Florida and Renee's like, he follows you like he is your shadow. Like, you are like magnetically attached. And I'm like, if I'm a mom and I'm seeing someone do that to my 17-year-old daughter, I'm like, hey.
And like, by the way, he's inside too. Like, he's not like he's acting weird by like not hanging out with you at the pool. Like, hey, like what's going on? What's going on?
No, that's a man that is like wanted for murder somewhere. Like, that's a man who's like, he's hiding out. He's hiding from prying eyes.
Bella, I'm scared for you. And also, keep in mind, the first time he sees her, he's so taken with her, and she's wearing a floor-length khaki skirt with a green bowling shirt. Also, criminal. Like, what do we... Hey, whoa.
Literally, the Mormon was Mormoning so hard in this book. Like,
and now, so and again, now that I know that Stephenie Meyer is deeply Mormon, I am picking up on the undertones. Not once is Charlie drinking a cup of coffee. I'll tell you what. Not once. A lot of mention of Coca-Cola, though. A lot of mention of that Coca-Cola. Like, I would love for a dirty soda to make to make an appearance in the Twilight
And like
universe.
obviously they had to get married at 17. Obviously, like that was like the thing.
Yeah, because they couldn't have sex before marriage.
No,
Like obviously.
That was obviously a huge plot point.
And again, now their frontal lobes will never develop, so they actually won't get a divorce. Like he's not like Edward's right when he says you'll find that the human vampire divorce rate is much lower. But like actually, because you're both stunted at 17, like you'll never know what it's like to like have functioning reasoning.
Edward, so, like his prefrontal cortex is probably maxed out at 30%.
Yeah,
like
well, that's why he's so obsessed with her, because he just like he doesn't know anything else. Like so I had very unhealthy obsessions when I was 17 as well. I probably should have been put on a list. I had some very unhealthy obsessions with my celebrity crushes.
And imagine if you had been in striking distance of them. and I would also turn them to be.
And you know what? You would have too, though.
No, 100%.
You would have too.
Okay, the funniest thing thinking about Twilight is I think you sent the TikTok to the group of like thinking about canonically in the Twilight universe, Carlisle Cullen is 23 years old.
I did not send them, but yes, I remember that.
He was turned into a vampire at 23 years old. So again, he actually still looks and is, for all intents and purposes, 23 years old. This is a 23-year-old man who is the top surgeon in the town of Forks. First of all, scary. Second of all, is the adoptive father to five 18-year-old children.
And also
5 years old, and they're all dating each other. They're all in relationships. And this is a man who's 23. I'm just thinking that's younger than my brother.
It's giving what was that show with Neil Patrick Harris where he played the kid doctor?
Doogie
Carlisle Cullen Doogie Howser MD.
Stop. Literally though. Like it's so easy to like be reading these books and be like, oh yeah, like that he's like their dad. So like he must be older. Like no, Carlisle and Esme are literally 23-year-old. Like these, again, the Mormon of it all is very prevalent here. I feel as like that's not weird. These two 23-year-olds having 5 children. The fact that they're 18 may be a little weird. The fact that they're all incestuously dating also may be weird. But the people in Forks said, we don't care.
Well, you know what? They didn't really have an option, because what did Charlie say? He said, "This is the best doctor we've ever had in this town. we can't be talking ill about Carlisle Cullen over here.
Like
okay? He is saving this town from medical disaster,
and disaster after disaster after disaster is really hitting this town."
Yeah. So, I mean, in the book, he's talking about how him and Billy Black are at odds because Billy Black is like, "Yo, fuck Carlisle Cullen. What's up with that motherfucker?" And Charlie's like, you can't run him out of town. We need him.
But also like Billy Black, this old man in a wheelchair beefing so hard with the 23-year-old doctor.
Once again, Carly and I are always like watching movies or TV shows and we're like, imagine having beef with a child. Like literally like actually you do have beef with a child. That's a child. When did he have time to go to med school, by the way?
This man should still be in residency. This man should still be in school.
Yeah,
he should be an intern at this point.
Again, Doogie Howser. He was above the top of his class. Okay,
it's so funny to me.
Anyway, so funny. Those are my thoughts. No one has a prefrontal cortex.
Carlisle's isn't even developed.
That's what I'm saying. Quite literally,
or the Volturi's even. This is a doomed society to begin with.
A bunch of teenagers running shit. the worst possible scenario.
This is Lord of the Flies.
And
that's why they eat people.
Oh my god. The Utopia's teens being in charge. Please, enough. My
breaking
nightmare.
The fourth wall on Twilight today. Yeah.
Stephanie Meyer
Questions.
And you know what, too? My biggest question is that I have read Midnight Sun before. Did you read it?
Yes, of course I did. Yeah, I read like the bootleg. Like I'm pretty sure I read it.
I remember when she dropped the first couple of chapters on Tumblr like years ago, like the first 20%.
And then someone else followed up, bought the book, and put the entire book on Tumblr. Screenshot, like photocopies of the pages. That's how I read that book.
Obsessed.
That's how I read that book.
Anyway, she drops one of the biggest pieces of lore in the entire Twilight universe,
and just never to be heard from again.
And we never hear about we never have heard from her again about a follow-up, a next book, anything that will give us some sort of understanding about what that little tidbit that she gave us was about.
And again,
I'm not going to spoil anything here. You guys can go read it for yourself, but if you have read it and you know what I'm talking about.
And again, also no follow-up. Like, obviously she wrote that book after the rest of them, but like there's no indication in any of the rest of the books that that's even something that was discovered at the end of the first book.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you literally have made this up for this book
for no reason
other than dramatic effect, but then you're also going to leave us hanging.
And you want to know who would do that to us? Jennifer L. Armentrout.
Yeah, she would.
And several times has been done by Rebecca Yarros.
Yep.
So
they probably got their inspiration.
From the best.
Are they Mormon too? Let's check the docs. Let's check the documents. Are they Mormon? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Who knows?
Is there a common theme here?
Mormon authors.
If you are a Mormon author, are you legally obligated to put crazy shit in your books and then never follow up with it? I mean, is that what's in the golden tablets? Is that what it says? I mean, basically the premise of Mormonism is just say a bunch of crazy shit and people will just be like, yeah, sure. We don't have to follow up on that at all.
Honestly, yeah. We're breaking down religion. We're breaking down Twilight. Really uncovering the secrets of the universe on this
And you know
podcast.
what? We could write a whole thesis on that.
Should that be our next bit?
Nicole
and I are writing a dissertation.
I actually have a friend. My friend Tina had a friend who went to BYU and she went to go visit them. And she was like, guys, I was so close to converting to being a Mormon. She's like, I went to go visit that school and everyone was so hot and nice to me. And I thought that this is just like how Mormons were. And she's like, I literally almost got sucked into the cult. And I was like, Tina, I'm so glad you didn't because that's crazy. She's like, yeah, at the end of my trip, I just go, actually, fuck this. I don't want to be Mormon.
Snap. Back to reality.
She snapped right out of it.
That's incredible. Well, I'm also reading books. I'm reading the Red Rising trilogy. It's actually, I think, 6 books, but like the first 3 are like a trilogy, and then there's like a time jump, and then it's like the next ones. So we'll see. But so book 1 was really good. Book 2 also really good. However, I'll have to share the video that Nick took of me as I finished book 2 last night because I said, I'm done. I'm not reading book 3. Stupid book, stupid ending. I was so mad. It was just like a very devastating ending where I'm like, I was very convinced that I was not going to go on to book 3, but I did already start reading and I'm already like 100 pages into book 3.
Okay.
So I am doing it. And everyone was in our comments telling me that I had to. Nevertheless, she must persist. So I will. But the books are really good. They're pretty crazy. It took me a minute to get into because, one, I don't really read sci-fi as much. Yeah. And this one is very like intergalactic space, future technology. And I mean, I'm usually reading Renaissance books.
Yeah.
Like there's no toilets or showers in the books that we're usually reading. Yeah. So it was like
This is kind of like on the far opposite side of the spectrum. Like there's too much technology.
There's too much. Crescent City was already a bit much for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, this is like far surpasses it. So it took me a minute. And it took me a minute because I am not used to reading books with a male main character. Kind of threw me for a minute. I was like, I'm not really vibing. Like, I don't really like, not really
reading
relating
books
to
by
you.
men, period.
See, but that I do because I did read Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah, but that's only I feel like that's only a recent
True,
thing.
true. So, but once I got into it, it was really, really good. And the second book was really good too. Like, very good, like, complex characters where, like, good and evil, there are, like, so many shades of gray in between, like, who's good and who's bad, and, like, how you see the people. So it's really good. If anyone is looking for a new series, I highly recommend. I'm really enjoying them more than I kind of thought that I was going to, because again, I don't usually do sci-fi, but it's really fun. It's like, and there is like a little bit of like Renaissance-y like time period in the first book, and like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of different layers to it. I don't know. What?
You're not gonna believe this.
What?
He's a Mormon.
Shut up.
No, I just googled it. Guys, are we blowing the lid off of a huge conspiracy here? Like, like, are we, like, what's going on? Like, we were being propagandized towards Mormonism through all of the culture and the media that we are consuming.
What is going on?
They've got their finger on the pulse right now. We've got Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yeah.
Taylor's about to be on The Bachelor, like, be the Bachelorette. All of these really popular books by Mormons. Dancing with the Stars. We've got Jen and Whitney.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of popping off.
Wow. I cannot believe he's a Mormon. This was
that actually was meant to be. I can't.
I googled it being like, it's not gonna happen, and then yep, it did come up. I'm crying laughing. This is quite literally everything to me. Guys, we will be going down the rabbit hole of popular culture.
I think we might be writing a dissertation. Like, I think we might be, this might be something that's happening.
And when we win the Nobel Peace Prize, the Pulitzer,
then what?
New bit. Alex, you look confused. It's what the Wikipedia says.
Pierce Brown?
Yes. Pierce Brown was raised in a family that included a strong Mormon tradition, and his personal experiences and cultural aspects of his faith upbringing have been an influence on his worldview and writing. Listen, I'm trusting the AI overview on this.
Well, now I gotta go to the... No offense, I do trust Alex more than you.
Okay, it's linking to the Red Rising Wikipedia page. And it's saying Pierce Brown's Mormon background is often mentioned in the context of his upbringing and themes in his work, though his personal religious beliefs have been described as less devout in his adult life, with his family's faith informing his perspective rather than dictating it.
Okay, my AI overview says the search results show no evidence of a connection between Pierce Brown and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, often referred to as Mormonism. Other people named Brown have been connected to Mormonism, but this is not the case for the author, Pierce Brown.
Okay, so guess what? Another conspiracy. We're blowing the top off of AI. Okay.
Okay, wait. I'm reading his Wikipedia page. Pierce Brown grew up in 7 different states. His mother, Colleen Birdnow Brown, was the president and CEO of Fisher Communications and the chairman of American Apparel's board of directors. You look so perfect standing there. His father, Guy Brown, is a former local banker. Brown graduated from Pepperdine University, where he majored in political science and economics. After graduation, he worked a variety of jobs in politics and startup tech. He was working for the NBC Page program in Burbank, California, and living in his former political science professor's garage when he sold Red Rising. So, nothing about Mormonism in there.
He's pretty hot. Where is he from, though? What state?
Well, he grew up in 7 of them.
But, like, which one? Is Utah one of them? Then we can maybe assume.
It doesn't say. Oh, he was born in Denver, Colorado. He's not a Mormon.
Close. It's pretty close. What if we just called Pierce Brown up?
What happened if we just called him up?
Let's get him on the pod once and for all. We'll say AI is telling us that you're Mormon. Is this true? Is this not true? Okay. When I clicked dive deeper into AI mode, Pierce Brown Mormon, I get a new result. Pierce Brown is not Mormon. He is often compared to author Brandon Sanderson, who is Mormon, because they're both popular science fiction and fantasy authors. This comparison might be the source of the confusion.
Okay, so actually Nicole's spreading fake news on this podcast at first.
Wouldn't be the first time. And it certainly won't be the last time, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
Okay, wow, that was what a journey.
What a journey.
What a journey.
Sorry to derail the conversation there. Guys, and this is the matter of fact. You can't trust AI.
You can't.
You can't trust it.
You have to trust Wikipedia.
You have to trust
human beings go in and write what they want to write.
Kate and I, if you want to get wrong answers, all you have to do is listen to this podcast. Kate and I were the original AI, spreading rumors, creating false narratives. Don't worry about it.
Okay, should we do a new segment? Kate, Nicole, or AI? And people ask us questions and we answer them and then we put them in AI and see what AI says. And then people have to decide what's the truth. Which do you choose to believe? There's Kate and Nicole's answer, there's AI's answer, and then there's the truth.
There's your point of view, there's my point of view, then there's
the truth.
No, I'm obsessed with that. That would actually be so funny. Okay, well, we learned here today that both me and AI believe that Pierce Brown is Mormon. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm sticking to.
And that's my answer. That's my truth. Live your truth, Nicole.
Thank you.
Speaking of Mormonism, though, for real, and Dancing with the Stars, have you been watching this season?
No, I'm not. No. I'm not a big Dancing with the Stars gal.
Nick and I have decided to get really into Dancing with the Stars this season, and when I tell you, Nick is a savant at guessing the scores that these people are going to get. It is literally insane. I keep thinking he's cheating, but it's live, so he can't be cheating. But they'll dance, and he'll be like, 2 6s and an 8. And where they get 2 6s and an 8, it's scary. So we're having a lot of fun.
Okay, so Nick is going to be the next
judge
on Dancing with the Stars. How do we make this happen?
No, it's very funny. It's a good season, though. I'm enjoying it.
Who's kind of your forerunner right now?
So there's who I want to win and who I think will win.
Okay.
Who I want to win, who I think will deserve to win, is Robert Irwin.
Yes.
He's so good, and he's never danced before, and I just am obsessed with him.
The charisma.
The charisma.
Oozing with charisma.
Oozing. And he's just so good for never having danced before.
Well, he's wrestling gators.
He's
down under. So
he sure is.
He's sort of performing his own ballet of sorts.
Yeah.
His own dance.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me.
Yeah, for sure. Who do I think is probably going to win? I feel like honestly, I feel like it'll be between him and Whitney from Mormon Wives, which is super unfair because she literally went to school for dance. Like, she has like a degree in dance. Yeah. Which so many of the people on this show, like, are former dancers. Like, so Whitney went to school for dance. Jen Affleck used to be a dancer. Alex Earl used to be a dancer. Even Elaine Hendricks, Meredith Blake, was a professional dancer for a long time. Hilaria Baldwin, who got voted off last week, she used to be a professional dancer before she broke her hip, I think, and she had to stop. But like, they're all dancers. Like, like, that's like not fair, actually. Nick's rule is he thinks there should be no dancers and no gays. Because he says gay people know how to move. And like, that's not fair. Like, they're all really good.
Nick is inventing a new way to be homophobic.
It's a compliment.
He says it's a compliment.
I know. You're just giving him shit.
But like, because then you have people, because on this season there's Andy Richter.
Yeah.
And he, if you don't know who he is, he was Conan O'Brien's like sidekick for a long time. So he's older, he has like bad knees, but he's like so sweet and like trying so hard and is like improving every week and has like literally never danced before in his life. And like that's who this show is like made for.
Right.
It's people that have never danced before in their lives and are like learning to dance with these stars. And like that's the show.
That's the show. That's literally the show.
Literally. And people are like, Andy shouldn't be here anymore. Like people are just like voting for him because they feel bad for him. And I'm like, no, I'm voting for him because he's actually doing what the show is meant to do. And like when they show them practicing, like you can tell that he's like really trying really hard and like is improving every week. So it is frustrating because I think that there are people that like actually represent, like they should do like Dancing with the Stars, like All Stars, where it's like people that have a background in dance but like that's not their profession and like they go on. And then like Dancing with the Stars not All Stars who like are like Andy and haven't danced before, because it just is very unfair and then it just becomes a popularity contest. And so I don't know, I think that's just how this always goes, but it is frustrating when there's people on there that I'm like, you're a dancer, you shouldn't be on Dancing with the Stars because you're a dancer.
It's giving how I feel about Love Island or like The Bachelor or any of these shows, because it's like they're only picking people who have influencing followings, right? Like people who are popular on the internet because they want to bring more viewers to the show. And like I logically understand that, but I do think it makes for a worse viewing experience. I think it makes the version of reality TV just already at a level that is so fake, because people who are influencers can speak on that ourselves, fake business. And I'm like, I don't want to watch it. I don't care.
Like, I get it for a show like Dancing with the Stars. Like, there is a possibility to have people that have influence and like like have following.
They're stars,
right? Like, put like actors, like athletes are perfect. Like Jordan Childs is on it. And like, is gymnastics like a form of like dance? Sure. But I still think that she belongs on the show because it's so different from what she does all the time. Like you have athletes, you have like musicians, people that aren't dancers. Like those are the people that I feel like should be on the show. Not people that like literally dance for a living.
Like I want to see Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner. Like I need to see a professional dancer. And Baby, right?
Exactly.
Sorry.
But I do think that Whitney will probably win or be the like runner up or something. And my prediction is that I think she does a run in Chicago on Broadway, because they're always bringing in like influencers. Like they had Ariana Madix. Like
we were just talking about this over the weekend where we're like kind of over this shit. We're over like celebrity hires. Well, this started because we were kind of excited because Trisha Paytas is going to be in Beetlejuice. But then we were talking about how like it's really tough right now. Like, and like this is why I haven't gone to a Broadway show in a while, because all of the shows now have celebrity leads, like real actors. Not that stage actors aren't real, but like Hollywood actors. And the ticket prices are literally insane. Because they have to pay a ton of money for George Clooney to be in this production. Okay, so I'm like, I want to go see Joe Schmo, who's got a fucking killer voice,
or someone who's actually fucking a star on Broadway. Like, who am I gonna spend like $400? Well, I probably wouldn't spend $400 for anything, but am I gonna spend like $200 to go see George Clooney on Broadway? Probably not. Would I spend $200 to see Leslie Odom Jr. reprise his role as Amber in Hamilton? Yes, I would. And I kind of want to. And everyone that's going, actually just know you're on my shit list, because I wish that was me.
Well, do you think he'll still be on when you're here in December? Sad, sorry.
No, his final show is November 26th. I've already looked it up.
Boo.
I know. I'm pissed off. It's fine.
I do think it's fine to translate from Broadway actor to movie actor. Fine. I don't want to see the reverse. I just don't think that. It just causes too much.
Unless it is someone that like started out in theater and then like
yeah.
found themselves in like the
Well, don't
movie.
all of those people start in theater? They're all
Well, I
theater kids at
guess.
the end of the day.
I guess.
But you know what I mean? I'm just like,
Yeah.
again, like I'm over this feeling of like this version being shoved down our throats. I'm like, I want to see normal people doing things again.
Yeah.
That's
Agreed.
ultimately where I lie.
Agreed.
And this is kind of how I've been feeling about social media lately, where I'm like, consuming content is not interesting to me. I find that I'm realizing that a lot of stuff is actually like AI created. You wouldn't believe on TikTok now everyone's like outing things as AI, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm an idiot. And then B, it's just like slop. Like it's all people having the worst opinions to rage bait you. And
Yep.
I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I don't want
Or
to.
everyone having literally the same exact day and being like, my 5 to 9 before I work is I drink a carrot that I've pureed, and then I sit down and I write 10 pages in my journal, and then I meditate for 2 hours, and I take a shower and I go to the gym, and then I
Like,
log
no,
on
you
to write
don't.
some emails.
No, you don't. Sorry, you don't.
No.
And I'm tired of it. I don't want to see it. And obviously, you and I create content. As everyone's probably noticed, we've been creating less of it just because it hasn't been filling my cup. I haven't been seeing anything fun or original because the algorithm doesn't reward that. And that is so frustrating. And it's like there's the new app Sora, which is from OpenAI, which is quite literally only AI generated videos. So you upload photos of yourself so that the AI can know what you look like. And then you just tell the AI what kind of video you want it to make. And then it makes it for you. So you can't create any original content on there. It's only AI videos. And AI videos are getting scary good. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to live in a world where I'm scrolling through my phone and I literally can't tell if my friend made that video or if they asked an AI to create a video of themselves. Like that's so fucking dark, and that is so sad. And I'm just like, I am tired of celebrities all looking the same. Everyone looks the same. Everyone's creating the same content. I feel like I'm in like a straitjacket in a padded room. That's my soapbox for the day.
Yeah. Cosign.
And so the one bit of light that I have is that you and I get to come on here and talk our shit.
We're real people.
We're real people.
Just 2 real people, 2 real girls talking real stuff. I'm trying to make more things with my hands.
Yeah.
I'm reading books. I've decided to take up embroidery.
Okay.
I'm learning embroidery. I got like a how-to
for your Christmas ornaments, yes.
So my mom bought me the Christmas ornaments the other year, but last year, and so I really want to make them, but it didn't come with a single instruction really. It just said like do these stitches, and I said,
well, I don't know
how do I do those? So I went on Amazon and I did buy like a how-to embroidery kit. So they have like it's embroidering on like a thing, but it like teaches you how to do a back stitch and like a straight stitch, and you like get that. So I've got, it's like an easy, medium, hard, and then like very challenging. So I'm gonna start doing those and like trying to get in the habit of doing that. And then eventually I'll get to my ornaments, and then maybe eventually I'll just start embroidering shit.
She's crazy for that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make things with my hands.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a sewing class, learn how to actually use my sewing machine.
Yes.
You and I can have redemption.
Yes. You sew the clothes from Goodwill and I'll embroider them to make them our own.
Perfect. Okay. New business idea. When everything falls apart, Kate and I will be locked and loaded.
We know how to make cheese. And now we'll know how to make our own clothes.
I was telling someone recently about how I wanted to take a sewing class, and I told them the story of the weekend that you and I had our crafting extravaganza. And
it was literally such a fun weekend.
We made cheese and we rode the tea with about 75 gallons of whole milk. And everyone going to the Celtics game was like, what the fuck is up with these weirdos with all of this milk on the train? And then that went pretty well. So we were feeling
so confident.
we were up, okay, big time. And then we said, fuck it. Let's go to New Hampshire. Let's go to this giant Goodwill. Let's get a bunch of clothes and I'll tailor them. No. Hey, Nicole, have you ever tailored a piece of clothing ever in your entire life? No. But I do live my life in a state of pure delusion.
You do.
That I can do anything I set my mind to.
Again, why I am always believing you, no matter what you say. Because you say it with such confidence that I have no choice but to believe it's the truth.
And so we go to Goodwill, we get a couple of things. Kate's
we also got candles and we got different things to make.
I forgot about the candles. I forgot about the candles. We just like bought candles and we said, well, Max, melt the wax, put them in cups. I don't know why we were going to do that. Like, we were trying a bunch of things. Again, this was like fall of 2019, so it wasn't quite the pandemic, but I had recently just been broken up with, so I was kind of in a fragile state. And Kate
Nick was on, I think, a bachelor party.
Yeah.
Or something, and we said girls craft weekend. I didn't want to stay at my apartment alone. I'm staying with you for the weekend, and we are making things.
We're making things.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, I haven't touched my sewing machine since that weekend.
You were traumatized. Yeah, I'll never get the image out of my head of you hunched over your sewing machine because the thread wasn't staying.
I couldn't thread the bobbin.
And for the longest time, I did keep the 2-piece blazer skirt set that was like just simply cut across and that you were trying to fit to my body and like hem in my closet for probably 3 years after that.
You believed in me. You thought people will figure it out.
Yeah. Also, we simply bought the ugliest things.
We did.
We were just like, this is so ugly, but we can make it cute. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, this could be a fun new bit. If only we had our platform at that time, we could have done, you know how people are always doing their thrift flips? Like, we could just do ours, but they're always really bad.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that at some point they'd be good because we would be learning the skill. At some point, we would age out of the bad bit because people would be like, actually, that's good. And you know what? That's actually how Madeline White got famous on the internet. So actually, we're just sort of following in Madeline White's footsteps. Shout out Queen. That's also so funny.
Again, your state of delusion and confidence being like, eventually people are going to say that's actually really good. Just knowing that you're going to end up being really good at sewing.
Yeah, because again, mind over matter. But again, you do something enough times, it's got to be good. Like, I want to start out bad.
Practice does make perfect. They do say that.
I have heard that a time or two. So I'm just saying that unfortunately, once again, just like we kind of rose to the pinnacle of being an F1 podcast, we just got too good at it. Like, we were bad at it and then we were good at it, and now we just need something new. So now we have to be bad at sewing clothes so that we can be really good at it. So
then decide, I don't need to be this good at this.
We're putting it down.
We're something else. I'm on to the next. Thank you, next.
Thank you, next. It's just
watch this space. You're gonna come to my house in the spring. Not a bare piece of fabric in this place. Embroidery everywhere.
Curtains are embroidered.
Everything's embroidered.
The
couch is embroidered.
I can't wait.
Homie's fur is embroidered.
I'm like, oh, okay. That everybody's so creative.
I'm Pharaoh with the paints, but it's me and my embroidery. I'm embroidering.
The walls are embroidered.
I'm embroidering me and Nick's eyes on the curtains.
Screaming. I thought you meant for a minute that you were like literally embroidering your eyes, like your eyeballs. I was like, hey, whoa.
A little far.
We're getting a little far. We're getting a little too crazy now. I know it's.
But then you know what I could do once I'm learning to embroider. Mm-hmm. I'm actually going to be really good in a crisis because I could give you stitches.
You're so right.
Amazing Race skill set.
Amazing Race skill set can get stitches on the fly.
Yeah, add that to the pack.
Wow. You know, isn't life just collecting a bunch of skills
That's
for
what
the
my
amazing
therapist
race.
says, is that I'm adding things to my toolbox every day.
Every day. And we're so proud of you for that.
My toolbox is so full.
It's so full. It's overflowing.
It is.
You're going to need a tool shed next.
I'm really capable. If only I would open my toolbox every once in a while.
No, because the problem is we just keep adding new ones and forgetting about our old ones.
Yeah.
We're like, fuck that old tool. We need a new tool.
I need a better tool.
That tool, yeah, it probably could work, but let's work harder for a new tool. A new shiny tool. All you really need is a hammer and a screwdriver. Basically, it's all you need. Why do you need any other tools?
Maybe a wrench.
Okay, a wrench. I can see that.
A saw, maybe.
Okay.
Tape measures and levels are also really helpful, I feel.
Yeah, but if you're like me, you can probably eyeball things.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think I've ever used a tape measure or a level in my entire life.
That's kind of
I just don't have the patience for it. But once again, I'm like, the confidence is through the roof. I operate at a level of a mediocre white man, okay? I'm like, fuck it. The world was built for me. I can do fucking anything I want. Give me that job. I'll be great at it. Don't worry. I'll watch a YouTube video. I'll figure it out.
You are my mediocre white man, Nicole.
Thank you.
Welcome.
That's all I can hope for. And let's leave everyone on
that note.
Go into this week operating as if you were a mediocre white man, okay? Have that confidence. Believe in yourself.
Do it.
Live delusionally.
Yeah.
If not for you, then for me, okay? We need some more delusional baddies out there.
Yeah. Amen, sis. Period.
All right, friends. Well, until next time.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to See You on the Internet.
To keep up with the fun between episodes, make sure to follow us at See You on the Internet Pod on both Instagram and TikTok.
And to join in on the fun on the podcast itself, call the Kate Nicole hotline at 646-780-9063 or email us at hi@seeyouontheinternetpod.com.
We'll be back with a new episode soon, but in the meantime, we'll see you on the internet.